The global AI arms race is heating up between the U.S. and China, with Beijing pushing to outpace the U.S.'s military technology advancements. But one AI startup is stepping up to the competition, partnering with the Department of Defense to help U.S. armed forces make decisions in the field with fine-tuned artificial intelligence. Joining me now is Edge Runner AI co-founder and CEO Tyler Saltzman. He is also a former U.S. Army officer. Tyler, great to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Tell us a little about your platform and how your partnership with the Pentagon is helping to keep the U.S. With an edge over China.
Hi, Maria. Yeah, thanks for having me. Big fan of your show. I'd say what we're doing is we're building AI that's domain specific to the warfighter. Problem with AIs today, they're too generalized. They've been trained on the entire internet. So they've taken the entire internet and made it one corpus of data, trained on it, and there's lots of harmful biases. And what we're doing is we're building AI from the ground up that's indicative of the American warfighter. We require a much different AI, for example, than Israel or the UK. But then to take it down a step further, each branch is different. The Army and the Navy, the Marines, they might as well be different cultures, different ways of doing business, different acronyms. And then we'll take it a step further to be personalized based on your MOS, your military occupation specialty. So I was a 90 Alpha logistician. I require a much different AI than a combat engineer or a fighter pilot. And then finally, our AI is completely air-gapped on device that never requires the internet once you're using it.
Yeah, that's a great explanation. The fact that you can come up with these tailored tools to what the person needs and will get, the most benefit. Your company may be focused on aiding war fighters first, but you also have a much broader plan for the platform. The AI, you said, will be like the Jarvis to Iron Man. Tell us about that and what's coming next.
That's right. I'd say the biggest challenge they have today, it's not really solving any problems or actually reasoning. And of course, it's not personalized. And how do you do that? Well, you need to build AIs that are smaller and personalized to you. But more importantly, they need to live on your devices so your data is never leaving. Therefore, like big tech can no longer steal your data. The problem with ChatGPT, for example, when you use it, every time you ask it a question, they're getting your data. And so what we're doing is we're bringing the AI to you on your device, private and localized. Therefore, you're never feeding your data to anyone else. And the AIs become more personalized over time. So eventually, Jarvis, for example, he knows everything about Tony Stark, and he knows everything about his Iron Man suit. And he's very specific to Tony, and that's it. And of course, he lives offline.
What about this battle against China? How worried are you that China is keeping up with our innovations and is always a one step ahead, or at a minimum right there with us?
It's a big problem. China is they're very advanced with DeepSeek and Quinn, the things that they're doing. And I hate to say it, they are ahead of us in some regards. So it's urgent, and we need to keep our foot on the gas.
Why? How did they get so far ahead? Did they steal much of it? Haven't they been stealing intellectual property from America for decades?
That, and they got really good at innovating around NVIDIA chips. So they're able to sort of create their own alternative to CUDA. And that's really problematic, because if China doesn't need NVIDIA anymore and they can do it themselves, they'll get ahead, and it's deeply concerning.
Yes, it sure is. Tyler, it's great to talk with you. We'll be watching your work. It's important work. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate the time.
Tyler Saltzman joining us. I've got one important thing you need to know about ahead of next week.